Welcome to the video Arithmetic Fundamentals HP Prime Guide Decimals. The first thing we're going to do is enter this 13-digit number into our calculator. We have 12 digits already entered. Then we're going to type a 3 and then press the enter key. What we notice is that the 3 was truncated. Our calculator only displays 12 digits. We always look at the last 3 of the decimal, so this will be read as millions. 9,605,872, 145,673 millions. Let's practice reading these numbers aloud. 8 tenths, 15 and 7 tenths, 197 and 78 hundredths. We go by the last 3. 836, 432 thousandths. 2,420, then the last 3 gives us 10,000, so 6,578 10,000ths. The last 3 gives us 100,000ths, so 40,476, 35,000, 57 hundred-thousandths. Next, we're going to practice at entering these numbers in our calculator, but we need to take a look at the plus minus key versus the subtract key. So let's hit the plus minus key and then hit our help menu. So our help menu says that this is the unary minus. So this isn't subtract, this is the unary minus. So that's what we're going to need to enter these numbers in. Let's clear this out, so we'll hit the escape key. Let's practice these on our calculator. 1, enter. 1, enter exponent, negative sign, minus. 3, enter. 1, enter exponent, minus sign. 6, enter. 1, enter exponent, minus sign. 9, enter. 1, enter exponent, minus sign. 12, enter. 1, enter exponent, minus sign. 15, enter. Very hard to recognize all these, unlike when we're dealing with larger numbers where you have commas in the answer. With the decimal parts, there's no spacing. This e to the minus 15th would be a quadrillion. Entering this into our calculator would be really tricky to keep track of all the zeros. So we just put a million into our calculator. When we press enter, it comes back with the Boolean 1 for true. This one would also come back with the Boolean 1 for true. Our calculator, being a scientific calculator, uses exponents to address small numbers. This can be a little bit confusing when we need to keep 12 digits. It will throw it into exponent mode. We'll discuss this later on when we take a look at division. For regular addition problems, we'll just enter these into our calculator directly. This ends our discussion of the decimal place value and addition page. We have moved to the subtraction page. Let's clear our calculator. We have entered the 3 first problems into our calculator. The 4th enter we have into command line. We want to demonstrate that the CAS view and the home view work the same when we're dealing with decimals. So let's go ahead and switch it to this computer assisted algebra mode. So we'll hit the CAS button and notice it transfers the information over. We were also a little bit lazy and we didn't put the zeros in the front. The calculator can handle these decimal parts and adds the zeros for us. We press enter and we end up with the same answer in the CAS mode that we would end up with the home mode. If we wanted to get this back to the home mode, we could copy it back here. we could switch back to the home view, and when we're in the home view, press enter and get all 4 of our answers in the home view. So this is an easy way to transfer values between home view and CAS view. Down here we worked a practical problem. It was just straightforward, adding numbers and subtracting numbers. This ends our discussion of subtraction page. We have switched to the multiplication and division page. Let's clear our calculator out. Multiplication is pretty straightforward. We might take a look at this last entry. So I've put it into our calculator. If I press enter, I get the decimal equivalent. If I press enter again, I get decimal equivalent, and enter again, I get decimal equivalent. But if I highlight the second one and hit the ABC button, it switches it over to an improper fraction. If I highlight the third one and press the ABC button, it switches it over to a mixed numeral, just so it's not highlighted. Let's move down. Not very useful for this type of problem. But when we start using our calculator with some smaller decimals and fractions, there is some advantages to sometimes displaying the answer in its fractional form. Our division screen has some interesting details. If we take the first entry and press enter twice and convert the second one over to a mixed numeral, we can see that the 0.45 repeats, and then this switches to 5/11ths. The last one really is one that we need to look at. So let's clear our calculator and take a look at that one. Let's perform the last calculation. 0.2589 divided by 8.92. Press enter. It switched it over to exponent form. We mentioned this when we were talking about that this is a trouble with place value and exponent notation, because the calculator likes to keep more digits. So to keep more digits, it switches it over to exponent scientific notation. To make the answer easier to read, we'll use the round command. One way that we can get all our commands is to go to the catalog, but the round command has an easier place to get to by using the toolbox. If we switch to the math menu, pick numbers, and then press round, we get to the round command. We can take a look at help to see information about rounding. There are 2 things that go on with rounding. One is decimal places and one is significant digits. We're just going to use the decimal places right now. We'll hit OK, and then we'll enter our number into our round command. We'll take this number here, we'll press copy, and then we'll put a comma and how many digits we want. Over here we were doing 4. When we put 4 with this one, it seems like we only end up getting 3. Let's put 4, press enter. We only end up with 3 digits. Well, if we put in 5 and do the same thing, we see why we only end up with 3 digits. There is actually a 4th 0, but our calculator does not need to display this 0, so therefore it looks like it rounds it to 3 digits, but technically it is rounded to 4 digits. The Silver Burdette arithmetic authors stated back in their book that it is probably in common practice only necessary to keep the thing to 4 decimal places. Beyond the 5th decimal places, for most practical problems, has no application. If we take their example, put the problem directly in it, then take it to 4 places, we come up with the answer that they came up with over here. This ends our discussion of decimals.